The following presentation is a Deej Experience production and may not be recorded, rebroadcasted, or retransmitted without the express written permission of Deej Experience LLC. For more information, visit us online at www.deejexperience.com.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm back at it. Only like to win, it's like a bad habit. If I took a loss, see I'm bad. We play me again, then I'm stat padding. Looking at the numbers, see who's hearing it. Watching all the hype will disappear again. Giving you the picture, see how clear it is. I'm high quality, like I am Deej Experience. I'm way up, seems like I've been at the pyramids. Give me an opponent, and I promise I ain't fearing it. I got so much I can lose, but game when I've been dreaming this. Why you see a mirror, cause I'm closer than I appear in it. Grinding and grinding, and then I put another gear in it. Driving and driving, but you don't have no one to steer ship. Back on the topic, if you knew half of my logic, you wouldn't have no more problems, but now you know what interference is. Whoa, wait up, scores down, stay up. Tom Brady with the comeback, you know it ain't luck, so pay up my respect. Don't reject that game nuts, better hang up the white flag. You fight back to your nameless, so tell me what the time say. Game time, why they think that they could ever outscore me?
Gets it through, here comes the shot, and that's it!
For the entree, fast break, one man to beat, got it all day.
Still without risk control.
Doing this for all my life.
Looking for the
You don't want to waste my time.
And this one hammered.
If you want to test my grind,
Going,
better get up next in line. Competition left to dry. They can never get in my mind. Please slow it down. I'm a beast on the ground. I'll unleash for the crowd. Play me up. One man band, I'ma run it back. You give me the chance, I'ma run it back. You're looking at a champ, I'ma run it back. Put the ball into my hands, I'ma run it back. I'ma run it back. I'ma run it back. You're looking at a champ, I'ma run it back. Put the ball into my hands, I'ma run it back.
Come on for third.
Check out the roof, no. If I do fail, I don't have none to lose, so I'ma go until I crash to a new low. Still leaving, then I'll bounce back like I do. See how I facilitate it, you get humiliated. I'm making something from nothing cause I'm too innovative. I'm making records so I feel better for when I break it. It's for my pleasure, but I would never let you go take it. I'm kinda like that, I don't just write raps. You put the ball up, then I'ma spike that. That means I put it down, watch me throw away your doubt. Kinda like a quarterback, I take your crap and throw it out. We can go back and forth like Serena, just know I'm the home team. I back out arenas and arenas, cover the side of where we from. So after I'm finished, it's all gonna be love. Still in my bag and they still wanna be us, but I don't think no one will actually become as great as my team is. Cause I got a team of some Hall of Fame players, not to mention Jesus. Doing this for all my life. You don't wanna waste my time. If you wanna test my grind, better get up next in line. Competition left to dry. They could never get in my mind. Please slow it down. I'm a beast on the ground. I'll unleash for the crowd. Play me up. One man band, I'ma run it back. You give me the chance, I'ma run it back. You're looking at a champ, I'ma run it back. Put the ball into my hands, I'ma run it back. I'ma run it back. I'ma run it back. You're looking at a champ, I'ma run it back. Put the ball into my hands, I'ma run it back.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another edition of the Deej Experience Sports Stream. I'm Dewey Hurd, and alongside me for the ride tonight is Jack Hasbrook. Welcome aboard, Jack.
Howdy.
As we get into our Box It and Lock It pregame show here, another night of girls varsity soccer here at Howard Sheen Field, as the Beavers starting out pretty hot this year, Jack, with a 2-0 record, taking on Titusville, and then coming right back and getting another victory against Cambridge Springs, and they just keep on rolling here.
Yeah, they do. Great start to the season, especially that game against Cambridge. You know, I thought they really came into their own and really woke that offense up.
Well, let's get right into our Box It and Lock It pregame show and take care of the things that we need to take care of. First and foremost, Jack, it's going to be our 3 steps to success. First step, be aggressive and apply pressure. We've seen that in the first 2 games, worked very well for the Beavers. They maintained a ton of ball control and a lot of play in the offensive zone. So I look for them to continue that with some aggressive play and applying pressure.
Yeah, the name of this game is that aggression and that pressure because, goals only come around so often. So you've got to be trying to score one as often as you can and as aggressively as you can. You can't just lob it down the field and pray that somehow the goalie lets it go through. You've got to get right up in their face. And
we've seen that in the game against Cambridge. I believe it was Goodwill. Absolutely blistered one into the side of the net.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about. We want to see hard shots that are redirected right into the back of the net.
Yep.
And our second step to success is shoot, shoot, shoot. You can't put the ball in the net unless you're pulling a trigger. So apply that pressure, get it towards the net, and then get those good quality shots away. And our third and final step to success, again brought to us by Snap Fitness, is clear your defensive zone quickly. I don't care if what you do with the ball, just get it out of our defensive zone, get it back up in the offensive zone, and let the offense get set up. I feel more comfortable when the ball's not in the defensive zone.
Right, yeah. Even if you're booting it and it's going to go out of bounds for the other team to get a throw in, that still gives you time to move up the field and make a play on it right after the throw in. So if it's me, I'm doing everything I can to keep the ball on my opponent's side of the 50.
Well, absolutely. So, again, Snap Fitness of Corry with our 3 steps to success tonight, which will lead us right into our Corry Higher Ed Spotlight Player of the game. I'm going with number 21, Lindsay Bem, as she has been a force to reckon with this year so far for the Beavers, as she's put in a couple of goals in the first 2 games.
Yeah, we've been calling her name a lot to this point, and I expect we'll be calling it a lot today as well.
So we'll keep an eyeball on number 21, playing the forward position, putting that ball in the middle of the field and putting it in the back of the net. So look for her to continue with the good play and hopefully a couple of goals here tonight to get the Beavers their 3rd win of the year. Oh, Jack, we got weather conditions here in Corry. It's 72 degrees. Air quality is what's that mean? SO2.
We'll say good.
Air quality good. Just before 6 o'clock tonight, as again, beautiful night here at Howard Sheen Field. A little bit of wet conditions last time that the Beavers were out here on the soccer field.
Yep.
But able to play through it and get the W. As you'll see the captains come up here to the KC's Express midfield stripe. And who do we have out there for the Beavers? I know that's Addison Schwabenbauer right on the near side. And next to her, I believe that's Mara Goodwill. And then next to her is Ava Weatherby.
Yep.
And on the outside, I'm trying to get a number.
Is that Fox?
No, that's not Fox.
Martin.
Might be Marley Martin. I believe you're correct. Marley Martin has been the captains before. And for Meadville, we have no clue because they did not give us a roster quite yet. So they'll take care of the opening festivities here, or pregame stuff, before they get going, as they're talking with the officials. And we will have the J. Gill Heating and Plumbing starting lineups in just a few minutes, as we'll turn it over to our PA announcer, Carmen Weatherby, as he does such a nice job with that. Just turn up one of our mics and let him run with it.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking for tonight, Jack?
I'm looking for them to keep up that same aggression that they've been showing that first week of the season. I don't like watching teams that play soft, and these guys have not played soft to this point. And to that point, we've had a lot of aggressive games too. Last game in particular, there was a lot of hand fighting.
A lot of jousting, a lot of elbowing, a lot of jostling for position. And the Beavers did a good job of maintaining their spots on the field. And I'm kind of looking to see how Miss Charlie Gantz does in the goal tonight. Maybe she gets a little more touches, a little more pressure, a little more action in the net, and see how she handles that pressure. And hopefully, being a starting freshman in goal, we will see her shine here tonight.
Yeah, it'll be also interesting to watch because Meadville has a bigger roster than the teams from the prior 2 weeks, so they'll have more subs to play with as well.
All right, so we're going to turn it over to Carmen Weatherby here and get the J. Gill Heating and Plumbing starting lineups as he'll go through the rest of his pregame stuff. So we'll be back probably right after he gets done with the national anthem. And our national anthem is brought to us by Gladiator Law. So we are ready for the J. Gill Heating and Plumbing starting lineups.
Oh, and that weather report was brought to us by Harvest Community Church, too.
Oh, very good, very good. I knew there was a sponsor for that, so thanks for getting that in there, Jack.
Before we begin our introductions, we'd like to give a big round of applause to our dedicated officials, Mr. Nicholas Hakel and Mrs. Samantha Davis. Give a big round of applause. And now the starting lineup for the Meadville Area High School girls. Senior number 4, Gianna Araujo. Senior number 13, Braylon Fulmer. Senior number 19, Emma Hill. Senior number 8, Isa Lopez. Senior number 23, Kaylee Porter. Senior number 6, Leah Sample. Junior number 7, Lola Massey. Junior number 17, Zenobia Nausos. Sophomore number 15, Lily Hall. Sophomore number 12, Lila Dunkerley. I screwed those numbers up. Sorry, ladies. And freshman number 2, Naveen Shaw. The Bulldogs are coached by Cheryl Andre, Ted Erickson, Liz Bogomil, and Kara Malsos. And now let's make some noise for your 2025 Corry Beavers! Sophomore number 1, Emery Ossinger. Freshman number 2, Lila Simonson. Senior captain number 6, Marlene Martin. Senior captain number 10, Nora Goodwill. Senior captain number 11, Ava Ruby. Sophomore number 12, Chloe Norske. Sophomore number 13, Alice Simonson. Sophomore number 14, Lauren Fox. Senior number 20, Evelyn Beckman. Sophomore number 21, Lindsay Boone. And in the cage tonight, number 9, freshman number 0, Charlie Gill. The Beavers are coached by Mr. Max Mon, Miss Kevin Whiteley, and head coach Brendan Boucher. Will you please all stand for the playing of our national anthem?
Well, there you have it, Jack. The national anthem again brought to us by Gladiator Law as we wrap up the Box It and Lock It pregame show, and we are ready for the Fox Family Insurance opening kickoff here as the Beavers in the home orange jerseys with the black shorts. I believe they'll be going right to left on the field. And the Bulldogs in the white jerseys and red shorts, they'll be going left to right on the field in the first half, and they'll flip over to the opposite directions in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Something I don't see out there, Jack, that we normally see is the boys team out there on the sideline helping to get the loose balls. I do see a couple, 3 guys here to our right, so not a lot of numbers there by the boys soccer team, but hopefully they will be very busy here tonight getting those loose balls back into play.
Yeah. Maybe there is a cross-country meet. Maybe there's some overlap there.
Might be. You never know. Well, we are ready to get the Fox Family Insurance opening kickoff here, as I believe that's number 12 out there for the Bulldogs. That's Lily Hall. She will put foot the ball and put the ball into play right at the KC's Express midfield stripe. As we are just ready to hear the officials blow the opening whistle to get this contest underway. And there we go. Back to the 35-yard line. Bulldogs maintaining control. Beavers giving chase. Goodwill coming into the offensive zone there. Jaworski pokes it free and will kick it down across the 40. Poke back out across the 40. Beavers looking to maintain possession here. And the Bulldogs will get it back out to the 40 here. And the Beavers kind of come up with Jaworski to give chase to it. Marley Martin plays it. And now Bem will play it back up the field. Bem's going to get to the loose ball, dump it back into the 25. Bulldogs work it back to the 15. Fox trying to break in there. Bulldogs get to the loose ball, knocked down here by Martin. And finally, number 7 gets a hold of it and drives it up the field. Massey close to the 45-yard line before the Beavers dump it right back in again. Bulldogs work it to the far side. Out across the 40, across the 50-yard line. Beavers dump it right back in again. Pinball back and forth here. There's a little shove there by number 4, Arajo. And I think they're going to call that a foul. It'll be a free kick for the Beavers about the 45-yard line.
And right off the bat, Dewey, we are seeing exactly what I wanted to see. A lot of aggression, a lot of jousting, as you said. And so far, it's in the Beavers' advantage. And
one thing I noticed during the J. Gill Heating and Plumbing starting lineups there, Jack, a lot of seniors from Meadville here tonight. A lot of seniors on the roster as Martin steals it, gets it over to Fox for breaking in. And there's a shot, and it's in the back of the net. Mara Goodwill, 38-14 in with a goal.
There it is, Dewey. See, it's like we said in the J. Gill Heating and Plumbing pregame show. You keep being aggressive, and it'll go in.
And I believe that was the first shot on net for the Beavers.
Yeah, first shot of the day.
And Mark Goodwill made no doubt about that one. And the Beavers were going to play from in front here. Ball put into play here back to the 35. They'll walk it out to the 40. As that was Mousos playing it down the left wing. Beavers get to the loose ball. She'll get it back at the Beavers 40. Dumps it into the defensive zone here. Weatherby plays it high in the air and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Thrown in quickly by the Bulldogs into the 20. Back out to the 30. Bulldogs still with possession. Bem gets it, drives it back. Oh, that's a handball there. Blatant handball, but not called by the official. I can't believe they're letting that go.
Yeah, I'm shocked. They must have missed it.
Right off the forearm. I'm surprised they let that one go. Official standing right in front of it there, so he had to have seen it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he felt it was far enough up the arm and it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, or just...
good play there by Marley Martin trying to reverse her field. Number 2 with it here. That is Shaw. Naveen Shaw. She'll play it up the near sideline here as the Bulldogs look to get the answer, or the equalizer here. Long shot, ricochets. Doesn't get through to Gantz, as it'll come to Jaworski down the near sideline. She gets bumped. And she'll play it out here to Fox.
That's
down
a great
the sideline
pass,
they
Dewey.
go. That's a great outlet pass, like you say, Jack. And playing it back to the middle of the field. And a good defensive play there by number 6 to get it back up the field. That was Sample. Leah Sample made a nice play for the Bulldogs as the Beavers will play it at the 45, at their own 45. Bem giving chase again as it comes back up to Martin. Bulldogs get it, dump it back into the Beavers' end. Simonson plays it out. Played right back in by Maustas. Finally, Beavers get to the loose ball, come up the near sideline. Jaworski to the 50-yard line. Can't keep it from going out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs.
And with the Bulldogs being such a senior-heavy team, they're not going to go away.
Well, they're going to have their senior muscle out on the field. That's dumped in over the right side. And, there's a chance for Mara Goodwill.
2-0,
inside
Dewey.
the 20 to Lauren Fox. She puts it in and into the back of the net for goal number 2.
Well, Dewey, Mara Goodwill came to play.
She's 2 for 2 on shots. And it was a 2-0 break as she had Fox to her left wing as both players down each hash mark. And really, the goalie had no chance on that one. And Goodwill made no doubt about it, putting it into the left corner of the net. Beavers quickly out in front here, less than 5 minutes into the game. Already up 2-0. Goodwill with it on the far side. Bulldogs knock it down into the 30-yard line. They'll regroup and send it back out to the 50. Dump back in again. Over the head of everybody. Weatherby back there at the 10. Plays it high in the air, out across the 40. Bounces over midfield. It's headed back by the Bulldogs. Moutzes gets it back into the Beavers' end. Down the far sideline. I believe that was Heald working it down the field for the Bulldogs as she deflects it back out across the 20 to the 25. Mouse just gets to it, but it's knocked out of bounds by Simonson. Thrown right back in again. Stepped in front of it, Beavers do, as they'll look to get possession of it, working up the far sideline. Bulldogs keeping it in. It goes off of Simonson and out of bounds. 34-44 to go here in the first half. Beavers out in front, 2-0. As we have our first substitution, Bella Campbell comes into the game for the Bulldogs, and Maustas will go to the sideline. Inside to the 5, trying to get a crosser coming over across to the front of the net. And did they whistle that on the offside?
I'm going to say yes. Everybody sort of halted like that's what happened, and yeah, the Beavers are kicking it out.
Weatherby at the goal line. Puts it out across the 25. Them giving chase to it there. Ricochets back in. The Bulldogs will play it far to the wide side. And that is number 8, Lopez with it. Trying to work it to the middle of the field. And there's a good play there by Weatherby just to kick it over the end line to alleviate that pressure. You're going to give up a corner kick, but you don't give up a quality shot.
Yeah, and the Beavers have defended corner kicks very well so far this year. They faced quite a few against Cambridge, and none of them went in.
So here we go. Bulldogs have it set up as the players will break the single file line at the 10 and trying to get into position. It ricochets off the goalpost, the football goalpost, hits the top of the net and goes out of play. And that'll be a free kick from the goal crease for Charlie Gantz. 33-10 to go here in the first half. Beavers out in front with 2 quick goals by Mara Goodwill. She has a firm grasp on the Crotty Chevrolet player of the game.
Yep.
Lauren Fox working through the defense. Jaworski will dump it back in, and then she's going to send Goodwill after it again. Goalie's coming out, and it ricochets off the goalie.
That's dangerous. Oh.
And it's going to go over the end line, and
that should be a corner kick. I believe it was off the goalie.
Well, they're going to say the goalie gets a kick from the goal crease.
Oh. I don't know who touched it after the goalie deflected it.
Well, a golden opportunity there for Mara Goodwill to get another goal here, get the hat trick early, as the Bulldogs will work it down the left flank, out to the 15. High in the air, over the Casey's Express 50-yard line. Weatherby knocks it back in again. Jaworski at the 40. Still with it there, pushes it back into her own end. Passenger works it to the near side. Now it's dumped back into the Beaver zone, and Weatherby is going to play this back to the goalkeeper, Gantz, and she dives on the loose ball, and that sends Shaw tumbling over the top.
Got to be careful there. I think that could end up being a foul.
Well, it was inside the box. Weatherby was trying, Weatherby could probably help her goalkeeper out just a little bit, just with a nice, easy pass back to her.
Yeah.
And that would alleviate, she was trying to box out the Shaw from getting in there, and nearly gave up a good quality shot. That shot's going to go wide left, and Gantz is going to come out and scoop it up. Well, Meadville applying a little pressure here, Jack. It's nice to see the girls adjusting well to it.
Yeah.
As it's played back out across the 50-yard line, high in the air, and the Bulldogs settling it inside their own 40, nearly stolen away there by Goodwill again. Bulldogs get it back to the Beavers 40. Simonson, them working with Simonson, trying to get it out of the defensive zone here. Bulldogs keeping it in as they try to get it to Shaw on the near side. It's going to roll all the way into the end zone as they have enough to get out of bounds, and it does. So the Beavers with a throw-in on the near side. Beavers get it in. It comes back out to the 25. Bulldogs will settle it there, trying to get it down to Shaw in the right corner. She can't catch up with it, and it goes out of bounds once more. Say last touch by the Beavers.
I didn't see that.
So Maustis back in Mott. I don't know how you say that, Jack. Maustis puts it back into play. Goes all the way to the far side of the field. As the Bulldogs are working around the perimeter, shot comes through, but it gets deflected and will go over the end line. And I believe that will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. On the far side as one of the ball boys puts it down in the corner. And Meadville with another corner kick here, Jack.
Yep. Last one didn't quite make it in bounds. We'll see if this one, they maybe aim a little more to the right.
It goes through everybody, comes to the near side. Good play there by the Bulldogs to keep it from going out of bounds. Getting to the middle of the field, and there's Gantz to scoop up the loose ball in the middle of the crease.
That's a nice save, Dewey. I was worried there for a second.
Campbell had an opportunity there in the middle of the crease to maybe get a shot away, but the Bulldogs keeping it inside the 20. Another shot coming in here. Gantz is going to slide to her left and scoop it up once more. Free kick from inside the box, lands at the 40. Bulldogs move it out back into the Beavers' end, but the Beavers work it right back across again. I believe that's Bem with it, trying to get it to Goodwill, along with Fox and Jaworski down there. I'm sorry, that's Marley Martin with it. And the Bulldogs will knock it out of bounds. Last touch by the Beavers at the 10-yard line, so the Bulldogs will get the throw in as we have 3 substitutions coming in here for the Bulldogs. You got number 5 coming in. That's Arajo, Gabriella. Number 4 came back into the ball game. That's Gianna Araja. And I didn't get the last number that was coming in. I think it was number 3, Rose Fuller. And I did not get the numbers of the players that came off for the Bulldogs, so we'll have to bear with me here.
It'll sort itself out.
Back out across the 20. Beavers work it right back in again. Marley Martin giving chase to it, but the goalkeeper's going to come out and scoop it up. And they're going to play it to midfield and over. Shaw with it there. A slight touch to herself as she'll settle it at the 40. Simonson, good defense there, keeping Shaw in front of her. And she'll swarm right to the ball. Goes back across the KC's Express 50-yard line. Bulldogs work it right back in again. Shaw giving chase down the right wing. Weatherby back on defense. Passenger helping out. Crosser coming in. Weatherby blocks it. Simonson out across the 20 to Jaworski. Jaworski sends it across to Marley Martin. She'll cross it over. Gets across midfield. Beavers have numbers coming up the field. And it's going to get in on the goalkeeper just inside the box. And they'll alleviate that pressure. They only have one goalie listed on there, and I've seen a 19 on the field for Meadville. And they have her listed as a goalkeeper. So I don't know who I was seeing. Meadville breaking down the left side here, trying to get it into Shaw. They do. And Passenger does a good job of getting it out into the right wing. There's a long shot. It's going to go wide left of the net. And the Bulldogs are going to corral it inside the end zone and work it back out to 10. Good work there by number 12, Lily Hall. And there's a shot. Goes just wide right.
And Dewey, this is by far the most pressure that the Beavers defense has had to face so far this season.
This season, that is correct, and the Beavers are standing tall with it. 26-25 to go in the first half, as Charlie Gantz will put it into play down the near side. Knocked down by Martin. Martin still with it, coming up the near sideline, out across the 40, plays it to the middle of the field to Bem, as she'll work it down the left flank with Martin. She works it back into the middle of the field, just loses a handle on it. Martin sends it across to Goodwill. Goodwill bounces it into the end zone. Bem giving chase. Bulldogs work it back out to the 10. Martin settles it, sends a shot to the far side. Goodwill trying to settle it at the goal line. Played back out to the 20. Jaworski knocks it back in to Bem. And finally the Bulldogs will work it out to Shaw at the 35. Shaw works it to midfield and over. And Simonson will get it to it on the far. Beckman will get to it on the far side. Bulldogs will work it right back into the Beavers' end, right to Weatherby, and she drives it right back into the offensive zone here. As the Beavers are going to dump it in. Bem giving chase. Goalkeeper's going to come out and play it just as Bem got there. As it comes back out across the 30 to the 45-yard line. Shaw with it. Beavers play it to the near side off a Passenger and out of bounds. Marley Martin gets it, deflects it over to Fox. Fox sends it up the field, stolen back by the Bulldogs and dumped back into the zone by Sample. All the way to the far side of the field, Beckman will play it out of bounds about the 35-yard line off of the Bulldog, number 4, Gianna Arajo. And is played out of bounds a couple of times there as the Beavers get a couple of throw-ins. As we're under 25 minutes to go in this first half. As things have kind of settled down a little bit, Myra Goodwill just took a ball to the front side of the head. And she's going to stay in the ball game as a substitute's going to come in for the Bulldogs. Number 8, Lopez back into the game as Shaw will take a seat on the bench. And Goodwill wiping her nose a little bit there, but she's going to stay in the ball game. Hopefully her nose don't spring a leak.
I was going to say, hopefully she didn't. Yeah.
Meadville working it down that left side. The Beavers break it free as Sorensen will play it back up the field. And it looks like it's going to go out of bounds about the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs as they throw it right back in again. Try and get it to the middle of the field. And the Beavers are going to swarm to that loose ball. Played over here to Marley Martin. And she'll play it back to her teammate here. Or try to play it back, but she'll just work it back into the offensive zone. Dumped right back in by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs keeping pressure on here. Fox giving chase to the ball. They'll get it far to the wide wing as they have numbers coming in. And Weatherby comes up with some good defensive play there. We'll get it out to Goodwill at the 50, to the 40. She got Ben breaking to the middle of the field. Bulldogs getting back on numbers. Goodwill down that right wing. Loses the handle on it. The Bulldogs play it out of bounds at the 10. That will give the Beavers a throw, and that will let everybody get up the field and set up the play deep in the Meadville zone. To Bem at the 10. Played out wide. Bulldogs get it back out to the 15. Jaworski's there. I'm sorry, that's Fox. Plays it out wide. Trying to get it back over to the Fox in the middle of the field. Bulldogs will kick it up and out across the 40. Beckman plays it right back in again inside the 20. Bulldogs with it, playing it slowly up that far sideline to the middle of the field to the 50-yard line and over. Off of Weatherby, comes to the near side. Martin giving chase. And it's stolen away here by number 3, Rose Fuller. And it goes out of bounds, last touch by a Beaver, so the Bulldogs will get the throw in on the near side. Lopez with it, reverses her field, trying to dump it down the zone. Goes out of bounds, last touch by the Beavers. Meadville with the throw in again, once again here at the 30. That's number 5, Arajo. Trying to get it down the near side. Beavers work it back across midfield. Bem down the sideline. To the middle of the field, to the 20. Stolen away by the Bulldogs. Good play again there by number 6, Sample. As she'll work it out across the 20, still with it. To the middle of the field, Fox will get it, send it wide for Goodwill, and the Bulldogs step in front of that pass, get it back out to the 40. Simonson dumps it right back in again. Beavers giving chase as Ben pursues the ball. Bulldogs working around the perimeter to Sample up the near side. And the Beavers get in front of that pass. Passenger will get it across to Fox at the 40. Bulldogs get to the loose ball, working right back out to the 45. Pushed into the Beavers' end. Weatherby sends it right back out to midfield. Bulldogs knock it back into the Beavers' end. Arajo at the 30. Has it stolen away by Beckman, and the Bulldogs will work it back in on the far left wing. To the 25, coming to the middle of the field. Still with it. And I believe that's Fox giving chase to it in the middle of the field, trying to get it over here to Sample on the near side. Goes out of bounds. That's not Sample. That's number 8. That is Lopez. Lopez. As Meadville sustaining some pressure here. Getting a shot away, and Gantz is going to come out, scoop up the loose ball right in front of Arajo.
Smart play there.
And she smothers that pressure and will alleviate that attack. And the ball gets played back out to the 35-yard line. Montos plays it right back in again, deep in the Beavers' end. Weatherby gets in front of that pass and works it back out to the 20. Simonson back out to midfield and over. Bulldogs dump it right back in again. Played high in the air by Fuller. Knocked down by Sorensen. Not Simonson, Sorensen. And the Bulldogs will get control of it inside the 15. Crosser coming to the middle of the field. And over the top of the net.
Ooh.
Golden opportunity there. As a good shot by Lopez, but she got a little too much underneath it and sent it over the top of the net.
Too much mustard on that hot dog, as they say.
Yeah, and the score will stay 2-0 in favor of the Beavers, as Meadville just had an opportunity to cut the lead in half.
Yeah.
Good sustained pressure as the ball's going to come to the near side.
That was risky, Dewey.
And again, picked off by Lopez, coming up the field and loses it over the end line. Goes off of a Beaver, and it'll be a corner kick on the near side for the Bulldogs. Schwabenbauer looking to come back into the ball game here as she awaits for the next whistle. And that's number 15 out there for the Bulldogs to put it in play from the near corner, Lila Dunkerley. Crosser to the middle of the field, knocked down. Shaw trying to get it in on the net. Beavers get in front of that shot, and it's deflected. A whole slew of bodies there. There's a long shot, high over the top of the net, not a play.
3 points.
Off the crossbar and over, as you say, Jack. Beaver Nation out in full force here tonight. Some of the fans having some fun with some players coming into the ballgame. Beavers work it back out to the 30. Montas works it right back in for the Bulldogs. Weatherby giving chase will send it out of bounds on the near side, so the Bulldogs with a throw-in as we roll up on 18 minutes to go in the first half. Beavers chest it down and knock it back out across the 2 to 30. Bem with it there at the 35 to the 40. She'll send it out across the Casey's Express midfield stripe, and it's going to come up and out of bounds at the Beavers' 35-yard line. Marley Martin puts it right back into play again. Right in front of Bem, can't settle it. Bulldogs knock it down as Martin chases after her own throw-in, trying to get it back up the field. Pasture with a nice play there. Got it away from the Bulldog, but unable to maintain possession. Beavers play it back out across the 50. Them giving chase to it, gets control of it at the 50-yard line, sends it over to Martin. Martin inside the 50, dumps it back into the Meadville zone. Played high in the air. It'll come down at midfield. Jaworski trying to settle it there, gets it to Martin. Deflects off of a Bulldog, comes to the near side. They'll settle it at the 45. Constant pressure here by the Beavers, just not letting anybody that has the ball settle on it. It worked back into the Meadville zone, right to number 6, that's Sample. And she'll work it back into the Beavers' end. It's going to come to Sorensen as Passenger pushes it back over midfield. Staying with it is Jaworski. Meadville gets to the loose ball and dumps it back into the Beavers' end. Comes here to number 8, that's Lopez, as she'll work down the right wing. And she's being guarded by Passenger. Crosser comes in, but it's knocked down by the Beavers right to a Bulldog. And there's another shot back to the middle of the field. Arajo with it just outside the goal. And there's Gantz to knock down the ball and scoop up the rebound.
Very nice save there.
Bulldogs knock it down at the 35. Fox plays it out across midfield, stolen back by Sample. And she'll dump it right back into the Beaver zone. Weatherby settles it at the 20. Played it back out to midfield. Bem gets rubbed off the ball, but it's going to come out of bounds here right at the 50-yard line. And the Bulldogs are going to have the throw in, as the substitutes are going to get in and out of the game. All the way into Sorensen at the 30-yard line. Marley Martin plays it back to Weatherby at the 15, plays it high in the air. Bulldogs knock it out of the air as Marley Martin gives chase to it down the right side. Goodwill's trying to track it down at the 40. She'll settle it with nobody around inside the 30 to the 25 to the 20. Crosser coming to the middle of the field, knocked back by the Bulldogs. Back out to the 30. Sorensen at the 20, knocks it back in. Sample plays it high in the air out the midfield. Off the chest and out of bounds. Last played by Miguel Herrera. Beavers throw it right back in as the play pinballs around there and goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Beavers, so the Bulldogs with a throw in at their own 35. Coming up on 14 and a half to go in this first half, Jack. Some high-paced action here.
Yeah, been a great game to watch.
Again, Bulldogs throw it in. Beavers get to those loose balls and knock it right down. Sorensen tries to get it muscled out. Shaw will get control of it. And there's Schrabenbauer trying to break it free, but Shaw stays with it. And she'll get it back to the middle of the field. Weatherby knocks it down. Right to Jaworski. Comes back to Weatherby. She heads it. And it'll come to the near side. I believe that's Lauren Fox with it at the 10. She plays it out up across the 20 and out of bounds. Meadville with the throw-in. Campbell. Ricochets off of Jaworski. And Weatherby will play it high in the air. Goodwill try to settle it at the 40. And the Bulldogs play it back to the midfield. Sorensen up to Marley Martin. She'll settle it at the 35. Sidesteps one. Gets it back out to midfield. Bem deflects it over to Goodwill. Goodwill crossing over the field. Loses the handle on it. Sample will get it free to Lopez. Lopez to the middle of the field. Schwabenbauer giving good chase there and some good defense. Will get it out to Marley Martin. And it'll ricochet, and the Bulldogs will get it right back up the field. Goes to Shaw at the 30. Jaworski gets her off the ball and works it out here to Martin. Martin has it stolen away by Arajo. Shaw inside the 20 to the 15. Long shot, but an easy save for Gantz. Plays it high in the air. Out across the 40 to the 45. Bulldogs knock it back into the Beavers' end. Shaw settles it just inside the 40. Plays it back. Montos. Weatherby again plays it high in the air to Jaworski. She'll keep it playing it, dribbling in the air as Bem will send it out wide for Martin. Martin stays wide, gets inside the 40 to the 30. She'll chase down that sideline. Cuts back to the middle of the field, gets it to Goodwill inside the 10. That's Massey with it there and losing it out of bounds. Beavers will get the throw in inside the 5. Just under 12 minutes to go in the half. Bulldogs knock down the loose ball, played out by Shaw out to the 30. Sorensen plays it right back in. No, it is Simonson, not Sorensen. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm all tongue-tied tonight, Jack, and you're not keeping me straight.
Hey, I got my own camera to work on.
Out in front of Lopez, and the Beavers will have to play it on the near side. Passenger gets it in, but right to Shaw. She'll settle it and get out across the 35. Dumps it back into the Beavers' end. Schrabenbauer knocks it right back in again, but there's Shaw to work it down the right flank. Lopez gives it back to Shaw. Simonson plays it back into the Meadville zone, and there's Goodwill as she breaks in with 3 defenders back. And she'll get around one of them looking for some help. A shot comes in and right to the goalkeeper, and she'll scoop that one up and not give it up. Just under 11 minutes to go in the half. Shaw knocks it up to Passenger. Passenger settles it. Gets it up to Jaworski. Jaworski plays it to the far side to Martin. Mautis gets it right back upfield. Beavers work it to the near side and Fox. Still with it. Last played by Meadville, so Fox with the throw in. Bulldogs play it high in the air out to midfield. Knocked down by Passenger, played back inside the 40. Lopez with it, loses it out of bounds. Last touch by the Beavers, so it'll be a Meadville ball. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the half, Jack. Has this been a good flowing game here? Both teams with some good opportunities. Beavers getting the better on the Corry Federal Credit Union scoreboard, as it is 2-0 in favor of the home team. Bulldogs get it back into the zone here. Sorensen dumps it down the far side, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 25-yard line, giving the Bulldogs the throw in. That's Sample putting it back into play. Fox knocks it down at the 45. Jaworski plays it across the field. Bulldogs dump it back into the Beavers' end. Passenger gets in front of that. Pass gets it to Simonson. And the Bulldogs will get it free to Shaw. And down the left wing goes Fuller. And the Beavers, Weatherby's going to get to it and drive it out of bounds over the sideline inside the end zone. And that will be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. 9 minutes to go in the half. Bulldogs applying some pressure here. Beavers looking to clear the zone. Bulldogs play it high in the air, coming to the near side. They'll give chase to it at the 10, trying to settle it. Lopez with it at the 15. Trying to settle it and get it to an open player. She'll get back into the 15 here. To the middle of the field. Simonson plays it to the far side. Shaw with it there at the 15. There's a long shot and right to Gantz. And she makes no mistake with it, Jack.
Nope.
Securely putting that ball away. $8:20 to go in the half. Gantz plays it high in the air out to the 40. To Goodwill at the 50. She'll settle it on the far sideline. And she'll get around one inside the 30. Trying to get it into Bem. It's a foot race here. There's a long shot, and it's going to go just wide left of the net. Well, the Beavers can't seem to get anything in close. They have to have that fast break opportunity.
Yeah.
Both of the goals by Goodwill early in the game were those fast break opportunities, and she buried both of them. The first 2 shots of the game for the Beavers. That's the only scoring that we've had here so far today. As the Bulldogs will play that in the crease. Fox dumps it right back inside the 10. Bulldogs looking to settle it there. Fox comes in, knocks it back at the 15. They'll get it to Lopez. She'll try to get it down the near side. Jaworski giving chase. Nice good dribble there by Lopez. We'll get it out across the 40 and out of bounds at midfield. Last touch by the Bulldogs, so the Beavers get the throw in on the near side. Jaworski into Fox. to Martin. Martin reverses it back up the field, and it's driven by Sample down into the offensive zone. Chest down by Weatherby, goes right to Shaw. Shaw gets it back across the field. Simonson tried to clear, and it was blocked by one of the Bulldogs, as Lopez will give chase to it on the near side, and it goes out of bounds about the 40-yard line. Meadville with the throw-in to Lopez at the 35. She reverses her field, goes right to Passenger. Up the field to the near side to Bem. Trying to keep it in bounds and does. Bem giving chase as Sample will dump it across midfield to Shaw at the 40. Simonson with a sticky foot there. Shaw gets the return and will push it back into the Beavers' end. Simonson plays it across the midfield. And Bulldogs push it right back in again, coming to the near side as Passenger gives chase, and she'll get it out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the half. Bulldogs with the throw-in. Lopez with it, keeping it in bounds, works it back to the defense. They'll dump it back in. Knocked down by Passenger, stolen away by Shaw as she looks to get around Weatherby. Dribbling with it inside the 10. Gives it back to Lopez. Lopez back to Shaw. Weatherby with a good play there to get it off of Shaw, but it goes right to Lopez. Lopez tried to get into the middle of the field, and it deflects off of Simonson and out of bounds, and that will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. 5:20 before the half. Bulldogs continue to apply pressure here, Jack.
Yeah, they do.
And we have a whole slew of substitutes coming back into the ball game again here for the Bulldogs. A lot of senior leadership on this Meadville team. Dunkerley will put it into play as it comes all the way through the box, and the Beavers head it back out to the 20. Off of Martin, but no call by the official as they try to get it to Shaw in the middle of the field. And finally, the Beavers play it out across the 30. Bem with it there at the 35 to the 40. To midfield, plays it back across the field for Goodwill. Goodwill straight up the field, inside the 40 to the 35, reverses her field. Gets it out wide for Martin. Martin to the 30. Inside to the 20. Giving chase to it was number 3, Fuller, as she'll get it back out across the 30 now. Bulldogs coming right back up the field. Lopez with it to the Casey's Express midfield stripe and over. Weatherby drives it right back across. Shaw with it at the Beavers 40. Down the near hash. They got numbers here. Weatherby giving chase. And last played by the Bulldogs and over the end line. And that will be a kick from the goal crease for the Beavers as they catch a little bit of a break there, Jack.
Yeah, good speed by Weatherby there.
Good defensive play there. And the Beavers will get a kick here from the goal crease as Gantz will set it down on the far right corner. 3:20 with the clock moving here, so Beavers in no hurry to get this put back into play. As I'm sure they would love to get to halftime with a 2-goal lead. It's played back into the Beavers' end here, inside the end zone. And that was Hall giving chase to it. Schwabenbauer plays it there. Back out to Martin. As Schwabenbauer will play it back out across the 20. Shaw with it there. She'll play it back even further to Lopez, and Passenger gets in front of that, plays it all the way out to the 35. Meadville continue to apply pressure here, trying to get it worked in. Into the 20, back out to the 30. Back and forth it goes. And that's kicked out of bounds, and that will be Beaver throwing about the 20-yard line. 2.5 to go before halftime. Jaworski at the 35, plays it across midfield. Goodwill trying to get it broke free, giving chase to it. It'll roll to Simonson at her own 40, plays it across to Jaworski. Dumped back across the 50-yard line to Goodwill. She'll give way to Martin. Martin, Goodwill, and Bem coming up the field. Goodwill tried to get free on the right wing, unable to do so. Bulldogs do a good job of keeping it away from the forwards there. Out to the 45, to midfield and over. Bulldogs looking for one more push here. It'll come to Passenger at her own 30. Played out to the 50. Knocked down there by Montos. Coming across the field to the near side is Dunkerley inside to the 20. Fox giving chase. She'll get it in for Lopez, and it's going to roll over the end line before she can get to it. And it'll be another kick from the goal crease for the Beavers. Minute 30 to go before the half here, Jack, as action just keeps on going.
Yeah. Continue strong defense by the Beavers.
Gantz will set it up on the far right corner. A minute 15 to go before the half. Plays it high in the air. Lands at about the 22-yard line. Beavers giving chase to it there. It'll roll all the way across the field to the near side. Passenger with it. Plays it back to the middle of the field. Sorensen comes up. She kind of gets bumped off the ball. Goes to Lopez. And a foul is going to be called. And it'll be a free kick for the Bulldogs at the 20-yard line. And that is Dunkerley to put it into play. Shot coming in. Into the back of the net it goes, off the hands of Gantz. And Dunkerley gets the goal for the Bulldogs.
Just slipped off her hands.
36 seconds to go in the half. And Meadville able to cut the lead in half. 2-1. Good play there by the Bulldogs to get themselves on the board. And that's the first goal the Beavers have given up all year, as they'll work it into the Bulldogs' end here. One more push up the field for the Beavers as it's snuffed out by the Bulldogs and work it back out the midfield. Simonson giving chase to it there, but the Bulldogs able to work it back over. Beavers save it and send it back across. And the Bulldogs let it go out of bounds at their own 35. Thrown right back in again. They'll work it to the middle of the field. As Sample will play it high in the air to the Beavers 35. As the horn sounds to end the half, but what an exciting first half this has been, Jack. Beavers get two quick ones early on. Bulldogs get one late, and it's a 2-1 advantage as we head to halftime.
Yep.
So we'll be back after a few words from some of our sponsors, and we'll give you the Humes Ford of Corry halftime report in just a little bit.
Cafaro's Custom Butchering is a family-owned business located in Sugar Grove, PA. Established in 1959, Cafaro strives to meet all your butchering and meat processing needs. With a combined 55 years of meat cutting experience, Cafaro's crew provides the complete butchering experience in their fully inspected USDA facility. From hauling your animals, walking you through the ordering process with personalized cutting instructions, to processing, packaging, and freezing, Cafaro's does it all. Don't raise your own animals? Cafaro's can provide you with locally sourced beef and pork. Check out their retail freezer trade, ground beef and steaks, pork sausage, bacon, chops, and chicken. Look them up on their Facebook page at Cafaro's Custom Butchering LLC for weekly specials, or for more information, give them a call at 814-489-7844. Bracken Funeral Home, located at 315 North Center Street, is proud to provide quality funeral and cremation services to the Corry area. They are honored to be able to assist families in their time of grief when the loss of a loved one occurs. The staff at Bracken Funeral Homes extends their compassionate and expertise in traditional, graveside, memorial, cremation, and pre-planning funeral services. Bracken's caring staff can also answer questions regarding Social Security benefits, insurances, veterans benefits, and grief counseling. For questions regarding further information, please call Bracken Funeral Home at 814-664-7735. Bracken Funeral Home. They listen, they advise, they support. Why should you choose Corry Federal Credit Union? Since 1958, Corry Federal Credit Union has been committed to your community, your hometown, and to you. CFCU has accounts for all your needs like checking, savings, youth accounts, business accounts, money market, CDs, IRAs, and HSAs with rates that work for you. They have unbeatable loan rates for auto, mortgage, signature, line of credit, and business loans. They have you covered. Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, and 315 Main Street in Spartansburg. Federally insured by NCUA, equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required. Located at 14333 Main Street in Wattsburg, Corry Custom Machines specializes in CNC turning, CNC vertical machining, Swiss screw machining, and Brown and Sharp screw machines. Corry Custom Machine offers superior quality and precision parts demanded in today's industry. They invite your inquiries and look forward to the opportunity to provide you quality machine parts. Learn more today by visiting CorryCustomMachine.com. Imagine a world-class education right in your hometown. The Corry Higher Education Council, located at 221 North Center Street in Corry, PA, makes this possible. As an affiliate of the EC Council, the Corry Higher Education Council now provides skills-based learning in cybersecurity and software development that can lead to high-paying remote employment. Get the education employees are looking for. Sign up today by visiting www.corryhighered.org or give them a call at 814-664-9405.
I do this because I love it. I love working with my hands, I love working with people, I love watching things transform from what they used to be to what we can make them become. We are a full-service general contractor. We do everything from the ground up. We take pride in the fact that we don't use a lot of subcontractors. We have our own in-house masons, cement, roofers, siders, drywall finishing, electricians. This is our 20th year in business. Our employees mean the world to us. We couldn't do what we do without the guys that we have. And we take pride in the fact that most of the guys that have been here for a very long time. If you're looking to have a project done, feel free to reach out to us.
Located at 34 North Center Street, Epiphany's Emporium offers an abundance of handcrafted artisan items. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Epiphany's Emporium invites you to come check out their creative inventory. They have gift items like pottery, jewelry, leather handbags, and journals. They also have crystals, handcrafted wood items, fiber art, and art supplies. Check out their craft sodas as well. It's all at Epiphany's Emporium. Let your creativity soar.
It's the Fox Family Insurance Kickoff. Fox Family Insurance is your local team of experts for all things Medicare. They can help you through the Medicare maze, whether you are still working, already retired, or planning your retirement. Beth and Patty at Fox Family Insurance can help you with all your Medicare plan options. Located at the Corry Jamestown Credit Union Building on North Center Street in Corry.
Located at 983 North Center Street, Healthy Smiles of Corry is committed to making sure their Corry neighbors have access to good customer service and excellence in dentistry. Everyone on their team values their patient relationships and make it their priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate, and complete oral care that you and your family deserve. Healthy Smiles wants all their patients to leave their practice with a beautiful and healthy smile that they love to show off. For more information, contact them today at 814-664-4011 or visit them online at www.healthysmilesofcorry.com. As licensed and insured contractors, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating offers expertise in heating, air conditioning, water heating repair, and installation. Are you ready to enhance your home's comfort? At J. Gill Plumbing and Heating, they're dedicated to making your home the ultimate place of comfort. Contact J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today for expert advice, product inquiries, and professional installation services. Give them a call today at 814-654-7624 or visit them at 275 Main Street in Spartansburg.
Around every corner, there's a Napa here to keep you moving. Backed by a nationwide network of nearly 6,000 auto parts stores and over 17,000 auto care centers nationwide. Napa has the products, people, and knowledge you need to find the automotive solutions you've been searching for.
Stop by your locally owned Napa Auto Parts store today. JH Napa Auto Parts, 955 North Center Street in Corry, 85 Waterford Street in Union City, and 12661 Route 19 in Waterford.
When you need health care, you deserve a health system that takes a whole-person approach to medicine for you and your family. Whether you need the expert care of our hospitals, the specialized knowledge of our clinical practices, the compassionate support of our behavioral health network, or our continuum of services for seniors, you can rely on LeCom Health. Founded in Erie, invested in Erie, advancing healthcare in Erie. LeCom Health, whole-person care for a lifetime.
And welcome back here to the Deej Experience Sports Stream. I'm Dewey Hurd with Jack Hasbrook, and we're at the Humes Ford of Corry halftime. Jack, give us a little rundown what we saw in that first half.
Yeah, so we saw two quick early goals by the Beavers. They were able to break through the Meadville defense and get themselves numbers, and Mara Goodwell was easily able to shoot them both in. Then a lot of pressure, a lot of excitement for the rest of the half, but not a lot of offense until the last minute or so when Meadville got a goal off of a free kick there to end the half to make it 2-1. So as far as the Beavers are concerned, I would like to see a bit more pressure. I think they started out good with the pressure, but I think by the end of the half, Meadville had really been controlling that. So I'd like to see a little bit more fight back from the Beavers, especially now that Meadville's halved the lead.
Yeah, cut the lead in half. So see what the Beavers do when they come out of here at the half. They will get the Fox Family Insurance opening kick here as we start things off here in the second half. And, Jack, we'll see what the Beavers can do here. It's very important that the next goal go for the Beavers.
Yeah.
And, Jack, I'm not seeing the scoreboard up on there.
For us or for the field?
Well, I finally got it up on the screen, but it's blocking out most of the view. So let me just work with it here just a little bit. That's not working well, is it?
Wonder why it's being picky.
Well, how about you just keep the action going here, and I'll see if I can't figure it out. On the fly here, Simonson gets it back out to the 50-yard line here, staying with it, but the Bulldogs will work it back into Lopez. And we're just going to hit
a shot up to the middle of the field there. The Bulldogs will play it back into the Beaver end. Bonked off by Weatherby. Bulldogs have a 2-on-2. There's a shot far left there. That'll be a goal kick there for Gantz. Gantz will put it back into play to about the 30.
Well, we'll just get here like this and see if we can't get it back up there. Come to the near side, out to the 35. As that is pushed up the field there by number 7, Massey. Out of bounds off of her. So the Beavers with the throw-in comes right back to them at the 40-yard line. And the Bulldogs will dump it right back into the zone by Massey. Weatherby giving chase. And trying to get it out of the end zone here, but the Bulldogs keeping it in there. Up to Shaw, and there's a shot just over the top of the net. Golden opportunity to tie it. And that's the third time tonight the Bulldogs have put it over the top of the net in close.
Yeah, Beavers are just being a little careless with that ball, Dewey. It's really costing them here. Up to midfield. Corralled by the Bulldogs. Beavers fight for control. And out of bounds, should be off of a Bulldog. Yep, Beaver throwing. And they lose it. Throw in by the Bulldogs. Down into the Beaver zone. Shaw working it down the far end, but it's corralled by the Beavers. Back up to about the 30. Weatherby shoots it back to midfield.
Thought I might have had it here, Jack.
And there's a shot, and it's
off the
off
goalpost.
the crossbar. Another shot incoming. Right to Gantz. Whew. Dewey, that's twice now that have been insanely close calls already. The Beavers have got to try and get a better hold of that ball.
Played out across the 35 to the 40. Out to the 45. Goodwill sidesteps one. Down the hash mark she goes. Dumped it into the zone. Fox giving chase.
She's got the speed, Dewey.
She's not going to get to it in time. The goalkeeper comes out and plays it to a defender. Out to the 15 and out of bounds at the 25. Beavers with the throw-in on the far side of the field. I've got a little problem with my scoreboard, Jack. I haven't quite got it figured out quite yet. But,
something malfunctioned over the halftime break.
I don't think I had it right to begin with.
Oh. And
Lopez into the 15-yard line to the 10 with it. She'll work it back out to the 15. She got it in there all alone, and nobody's really giving her any pressure.
Yeah. The Beavers are just not getting the pressure they need to be getting, Dewey. And here comes a corner kick. Fourth or fifth one for Meadville today, I think. Puts it in to a Beaver, and that's in. Bounced off a couple players there and got past Gantz, and we're tied up, Dewey.
2-2. As I continue to work on this scoreboard, I apologize. I don't have it quite figured out. I'm just going to leave it off the screen, not affect the thing. I didn't see who got the goal there. But
I couldn't tell either. It kind of just bounced its way in.
34-24 of the second. Meadville has tied it up 2-2.
Like I've been saying, Dewey, the Beavers just have got to start putting more pressure.
I think it might have been Dunkerley for the corner kick, as Meadville has had some constant pressure here.
Yeah, the Beavers, they just haven't been able to get the ball in to their players. It feels like there's always more Meadville players around than there are Beaver.
Ben works it back into the Bulldogs end, but Shaw comes away with it. She'll cross over and dump it into the Beavers end. Beckman plays it right back across the 50, but there is a Bulldog awaiting for it. Dunkerley trying to get it by Simonson, finally does, inside the 40 to the 35. She'll work it into the 20 here. And it's going to roll right in on Gantz, and she'll scoop it up. As Hall was all alone getting in on her, but the ball well out in front of her, not able to get to it in time. As Shaw knocks it down at the 35. As the Bulldogs will work it right back in again. Beavers play it back out to the 40. Shaw will get it there, play it back to the defense at the 50. As the Bulldogs dump it right back into the zone here to Lopez. Back out to Dunkerley. Dumped in. Knocked down by Hall. Beavers play it back out to the 20. It comes to Shaw. She deflects it to Lopez. Simonson plays it out across the 30. Montos trying to get it around Fox. Still with the ball. Comes to the near side. Plays it to Simonson. Kicked in there, but Simonson chases it down. Lopez giving chase. It goes out of bounds. Bulldogs with the throw in. Inside the 10. Got it to Shaw at the 10. She crosses over. And it's off the goalpost again.
Ooh.
Bulldogs keeping it in. Beavers finally get it worked back out to the 30, but we have a whistle. And I believe the Bulldogs are going to get a free kick right around the 21-yard line. Dunkerley again with a free kick for the Bulldogs. As she scored on the first opportunity like this, Jack, in the first half. Late in the first half. And she'll put this into play on the far side, and it goes over the end line. Well, that will be a free kick from the goal crease for the Beavers.
Beavers desperately need a big play, Dewey. I fear they are running out of gas.
High in the air, Shaw knocks it down at the 25. Simonson gets to the loose ball, plays it back out across the 40. Dunkerley plays it in the air and out of bounds at the 35. Beavers with the throw in. Played down the near sideline into the Bulldogs' end. Played high in the air by Dunkerley. Poked free by Shaw. Dunkerley loses it out of bounds on the near sideline, and it'll give the Beavers a throw in again with 31 minutes to go in the game. And we're all tied up at 2. Lopez tried to get it into Shaw, and it goes right to a Beaver. They'll play it back out the midfield. Bulldogs play it right back in again. Moutsos. Down into the left wing for Dunkerley. To the 5, into the end zone. There's a shot off the hands of Gantz and deflects it so that the player coming in on the far side, Arajo, had no play on it, but it will give up a corner kick again for the Bulldogs. Dunkerley on the far corner kick. Comes to the front of the net all the way to the near side. And it's kicked back across the grain back into the far corner. And I believe we have offsides on the play on the far side. Beavers with the free kick as Weatherby will put it in just inside the box on the left side there. And drives it back out across the 20 to the 25. Marley Martin will play it across the 50. It goes by Fox, and the Bulldogs work it right back in again. Fox does a good job of getting her off of it to Bem across the 50. Down the right side. Bulldogs and Bem keeping it in. It comes to Lopez at the 40. Jaworski able to reverse her field there, but it's kicked out of bounds by Bem. Bulldogs with the throw in. Under 30 minutes to go in the contest. Simonson plays it in the air inside the 20, off of the head of Sample. All the way back to the 10, played high in the air. Marley Martin plays it right back to the goalkeeper, and she'll scoop it up. And that's whistled down. I believe they're going to get Simonson for a hold there. So Dunkerley with a free kick at her own 35-yard line. And she'll drive it into the Beavers' end all the way inside the 10. Weatherby giving chase to it, and she doesn't kick it out of bounds. It goes right to Lopez at the 5. And Lopez reverses her field and loses it out of bounds at the 15. Last touch by the Beavers, as the officials will give the Bulldogs the throw in as they get it into Dunkerley at the 30. Played to the middle of the field. Marley Martin will push it right back across the 50, driven back in by Sample. It goes by Weatherby, and it'll go right to Gantz inside the goal box. Gantz plays it high in the air to the 45. Across midfield and out of bounds on the near side. Bulldogs with the throw in. They'll play it down the far near sideline. Beckman tries to settle it, but Lopez steals it away. And Martin gets it, plays it to Jaworski. Jaworski tried to play it back to Martin, but it goes over to Fuller. And Fuller loses it out of bounds on the far side. Beavers with the throw in. Schwabenbauer back into the game here as Simonson has a seat on the bench. Also into the game is number 19 for the Beavers, Aaron Derby, as Beckman will head to the bench. Play resumes on the far side of the field. Passenger trying to work it out across the 30. Bulldogs work it right back in again. They'll dump it in and corral it with Lopez at the 10. Back out to Dunkerley. Knocked away by Passenger. Right to Goodwill. Goodwill pushes it up to Bem. Sample is there for the Bulldogs, and she'll work it back into the Beavers' end to Lopez. Lopez keeping it in bounds. Will settle it at the 45. Sidesteps Schwabenbauer to the 35, dumps it in. Dunkerley receives a pass at the 10, sends a shot to the middle of the field. And Gantz is there to corral it as Shaw takes a swipe at it just as she's gathering it in. Martin at her own 25. Still trying to get it. Shaw plays it back out to Matos. They'll work it into the 15. Weatherby giving chase. There's a shot. And it's just wide right of the net. Over the end line, that gives the Beavers a kick from the goal crease, Jack.
Yep.
25 and a half minutes to go. A lot of time to go here in the second half. And a tie game, 2-2. Played to the near side and out of bounds. Dunkerley will throw it back in for the Bulldogs. Played high in the air by Hall. As Massey will give chase, gets it back to Hall at the 5. Goodwill gets it at the 20. Plays it upfield for Bem. And there's Sample to corral the loose ball and loses it out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Jaworski puts it into play to Bem. Across the field, stolen away by the Bulldogs. As Fuller stepped in front of that, got it to Lopez. Lopez reversing her field, being Guarded there by Jaworski. Lopez dances through Schrabenbauer and Martin. And the ball's going to come to the near side and go out of bounds. Bulldogs with the throw in. Dunkerley trying to get it into Shaw. Simonson steps in front of that as Goodwill gets the ball, works it down the near sideline. Right back to Fox. To Bem on the near side. Fox getting back into position. Trying to get the return pass and does. There's Fox and can't handle the pass. And she's going to track it down on the far side, but can't get to the ball in time as the Bulldogs recover and send it out of bounds on the far sideline.
Almost had that big play they needed there, Dewey.
A fast break opportunity there. As this is played to the middle of the field. Martin trying to get it into Goodwill. Comes back to Bem at the 15-yard line. Gets a shot away. It's going to bounce inside the box as Dunkerley lets it roll. Goodwill gets there, makes Dunkerley make a play on it. Comes to Lopez on the near side. Out at the 15. Looking to get it played back into the middle of the field to Matas. As Fuller will dump it back in there. Beavers keeping pressure on here. Dump it right back in again. Sample trying to get it out across the 40. As Martin gives chase to it, as Lopez settles it at the 45. Dunkerley down the near sideline. Fuller giving chase. I'm sorry, that's Hall, number 12. Deep in the end zone with it, trying to get around Weatherby. Weatherby keeping position. We'll work her off of the ball. Back out to the 15. Pinballs around Dunkerley. As Schwabenbauer come in and got a foot on it, but it goes right to Lopez. Lopez reverses her field. And she may have lost it out of bounds, and then she did. Schwabenbauer to throw it in. Just under 22 minutes to go in the game. Bulldogs keeping the pressure on here as Weatherby will play it out to the near side and out of bounds. Bulldogs with the throw in as a whole slew of substitutes come in. 5 players coming in for the Bulldogs, Jack. And 5 players will head to the bench and get a well-needed rest here. As that big roster has definitely helped out the Bulldogs here in this second half.
Yeah, they have certainly utilized that bench well.
Beavers played up the Goodwill on the near side. Dunkerley trying to keep it in the Beaver zone, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Goodwill, so Dunkerley with the throw-in. Simonson knocks it down at the 20. She'll knock it down again and get it back out across midfield. Sample giving chase to it. Bem with his steal.
Ooh, all alone. Well, one to beat.
Still trying to track it down, and it goes out of bounds over the sideline. And last touch by the Beavers, so the Bulldogs with the throw-in. Played across the field to the far side. Fox giving chase. And out of bounds, so the Bulldogs will throw down that far sideline. Comes all the way back out to the 35. Martin plays it right back into the 25. Bulldogs will dump it over midfield. Weatherby slows it down. As Schwabenbauer will give chase to it and play it out of bounds at midfield.
And that's going to be a foul there on Meadville.
Coming in for the Beavers, number 2, Lila Simonson, and number 28, McKenna Williams.
Lila Simonson and McKenna Williams now in for the Beavers.
Hey, Jack, I think I might have figured it out.
Aha!
I think I might have figured it out.
Big shot.
do that. There, how's that looking?
Bulldogs with the throw in.
That looks much better there. Got it finally up there. Scoreboard on the screen.
Shoots it down. Will be played by the Bulldog goalkeeper. And she will probably boot this one down the field. Oh, no, just passes it out. But picked off by the Beavers.
That's Fox coming in on the left wing. And Samples trying to keep it from going over the end line, blocking. And she'll put it in the left corner of the crease, and the Bulldogs will have a free kick from there.
I'm a bit surprised they didn't get the Bulldogs for that, as they were the ones trying to block it from going out.
Beavers working it back in again. Fox giving chase in that left corner. It's stolen away. Right back out there. And then a shot by Martin, and it's well up in the uprights and out of play. And a free kick for the Bulldogs from the goal crease.
Beavers starting to get a little bit more pressure.
Sample will settle it at the top of the crease and put this one back into play. Played out to the 15. Fox continues to give chase to it. Finally gets it. Plays it back to Martin at the 20. Coming across the field. Will dump it into Goodwill. Goodwill loses a handle on it as Dunkerley will play it back out to the 40. Down the near sideline. Schwabenbauer giving chase to it as Arajo down that left wing, still with it. Inside the 10, gets a shot away, and it's going to roll right to Gantz, and she scoops it up. Nonchalantly relieving that pressure. Score stays 2-2 here. Gantz plays it high in the air. Dunkerley knocks it down at the 40, giving chase to it. Come to the near side, pushing it right back in again. There's Weatherby, plays it high in the air to Shaw at the 20. Down the left wing. She'll settle it. Simonson giving chase and playing some good defense. That's going to roll right to Weatherby in front of the net. Martin plays it out across the 30 to the 35. And it'll deflect right to Shaw. She'll give it over to Dunkerley. And another shot will roll right past everybody, right to Gantz. She snags that up. 16 minutes to go in the ballgame. High in the air to midfield and over. Goodwill settles it, gets it to Martin. Martin gets it back to Goodwill. Down the right wing we go. Inside the 15, crosser to the middle of the field. Knocked down, Martin with it. Tried to get it back inside, unable to do so. Giving chase, comes to the middle of the field. I believe that was Sample getting it back out across the 30. Simonson plays it right back in again. Sample plays it, Martin knocks it down. Trying to poke it free, get in alone.
Oh, they've got it alone. Oh, they're not going to.
It's going to roll right to the goalkeeper, and she's going to kick it over the sideline out of bounds as the Beavers are applying some pressure here. 15-20 to go in the game. Headed out of bounds again. Beavers with another throw-in. Goodwill gets it into Martin. Martin plays it to herself, to the middle of the field and through. There's a shot by Simonson. There's a long outside shot, doesn't get through. Martin still poking away at it there, and finally Shaw knocks it down. And I believe they're going to get Martin for a foul there. As Meadville was clapping away. Play's going to come back up the field, so a free kick for the Bulldogs. As everybody's peeling back up the field.
I don't know, Dewey. I'm seeing a lot of hand fighting on both ends there. I don't know how they're picking and choosing some of these.
Yeah. Played by the Bulldogs. Goodwill plays right back in. Deflected by Arajo. Shaw comes up, tries to corral it, and Schrabenbauer lets it go out of bounds. She'll get the throw in at her own 35. 14 minutes to go as Beckman back into the game. Fox is going to come out as Bem comes back in. Played out of bounds. Last touch by Goodwill. Bulldogs with the throw in. Simonson settles it at the 25 and plays it back out across midfield. Fox giving chase. Sample will corral it inside her 20 and plays it out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Jaworski with the throw in. Gets it to Martin. To Fox. Crosser coming in, deflected. Back out to Goodwill at the 20. Across the field comes to Jaworski at the 30. Beavers play it to Simonson. Back to Jaworski at the 40. Weatherby punches it back in to Fox. And it's going to roll all the way to the score. Goalie just in front of Fox at about the 3-yard line. Just under 13 minutes to go here. Beavers got out to a 2-0 early lead on a couple of quick goals by Goodwill. One at the 38-14 mark of the first, and the second one at the 35-47 mark of the first. And then the Dunkerley got Meadville on the scoreboard with 36 ticks to go in that first half, and I believe Dunkerley got the equalizer as well, Jack, at the 34-24 mark here in the second half off of a corner kick.
That one was a little harder to tell. There was a lot of
bodies in front of the net.
Yeah, and the ball just kind of bounced in.
Dunkerley with the corner kick. And the Beavers play it out of bounds at their own 20-yard line here, as the Bulldogs will get the throw in on the far side of the field. And as we have this little lull in action here, we're back in action again tomorrow. Middle school football will have their very first game of the year as they travel out to Harbor Creek to take on the Huskies. Jack and I will be on the call. I believe it's a 4:30 start time.
Yep.
Dunkerley with a long shot here. It's going to go well over the top of the net.
Another field goal.
And out of bounds, so the Beavers with another kick from the goal crease. Jack and I will be on a call, 4:30, over in Harbor Creek as middle school football gets their opening game going as they start the season against the Huskies. And, Jack, we're going to have to maneuver around the road closure over there.
Yeah, I heard there was a new road closure, and it'll be down for, a whole year?
I don't know what the length of time. I just know it was closed underneath 90 there for a little bit, and then it's moved further north, closer to the elementary school, and it's a mess. It's just a mess over there. You just can't get to anything easily. Passenger trying to settle it down in the middle of the field here. Lopez working it around as well, and there's a shot, and Gantz is going to corral that one right out of the air. As she plays it out to midfield for Fox. Right in front of, I believe that was number 7, Massey. And it's going to go to Arajo, to Shaw, as Martin gives chase. It'll come to number 12 there. That's Hall. And play continues on here. Martin trying to settle it at the 20. Back out for Goodwill. And it'll roll down the near side. Fox giving chase. But it goes out of bounds. Bulldogs with the throw in. They'll get it to Shaw. She tries to reverse her field. Martin giving good play there, but Shaw gets in clean. Inside the 10. Simonson takes a tumble. And I believe Shaw's going to get called for the foul there. Oh, they rolled it out of bounds, and it was the last touch by the Beavers. So Bulldogs with the throw in. Passenger gets it out to the 25. Bulldogs settle it there, dump it right back in again. Weatherby plays it right back out. Bulldogs play it to the far side, and they'll corral it before it goes out of bounds. And they'll work down that far wing inside the 10 to the 5. Crosser comes in and hits the side of the net. So that's over the end line, and that will be a kick from the goal crease for the Beavers. 9:15 to go in the ball game. Bulldogs continuing to substitute here, Jack, as 2 more players come in and 2 more players head to the bench, one being Shaw. Weatherby plays it out across the 25. Bulldogs knock it right back in again. Lopez trying to settle it at the 20 and does. Beavers keeping it out wide. Bulldogs working it back into Simonson at the goal line. Both Simonsons over there, and they'll work it back out to midfield. And out of bounds about the 45-yard line for the Bulldogs as they'll dump it right back into the Beavers' end. Passenger plays it out to the 45, knocked down there by the Beavers. There's a heavy trip, not called. As that's going to come into the left corner and go out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs, so the Beavers will get the throw in. Under 8 minutes to go in the game. Lopez with it as they work it around the right wing, Fuller. And the Beavers work it out of bounds with Simonson. Martin trying to settle it there. It'll come back out to the 35. Goodwill trying to get around one more player there, and it's knocked out of bounds by Massey. Lola Massey. Beavers with the throw in at the Bulldogs' 45-yard line. Played back to midfield. Simonson. And it'll go right to a Bulldog here at the 40-yard line. They'll dump it in. Weatherby giving chase. And it'll be number 12 getting control of it. Hall, and it goes over the end line. And the Beavers will get the free kick from the top of the crease. Jack, we're getting into crunch time here.
Yeah, we are.
I've never done a match where we've been tied this late in the game.
Well, I think it was tied pretty late in the first game of the year there.
Yeah, it was. I forget how late it was. This is the latest it's been, though.
Yeah,
it was a 0-0 tie against Titusville before the Beavers finally broke free. I think it was like 7.5 to go in the game.
Yeah, something like that.
Goodwill pushing it upfield. And the Bulldogs are going to get to it with Sample as they'll work it to the near side. Bem giving chase to it, and it goes out of bounds. And the Beavers should get the throw in on the near side with 6 minutes to go. Fox with ball in hand here as the Beavers set up the play. Schwabenbauer back into the game as Beckman takes a seat on the bench. Bem at the goal line, trying to work it into the middle of the field. Bulldogs knock it out, but Jaworski's there at the 15. Crosser coming in. Bulldogs knock it down and get it back out across the 20. Simonson trying to settle it there. Plays it back to the near side for Jaworski. Plays it back across for Simonson. Lopez is there. And I believe a handball was called against the Beavers, so that will give the Bulldogs a free kick at their own 20-yard line. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Tied at 2. Loose ball comes inside the 40. Bulldogs with it there. They reverse their field and try to get down that far sideline. It's going to roll past Weatherby, and Gantz is there to snag up that loose ball. Oh, and a hard foul there. And again, nothing called by the official as both officials letting these girls play through, and it's getting rather rough out there.
Yeah.
Martin trying to go down that far sideline. And that's Arajo that just rubs it out of bounds. Beavers with the throw in on the far side at their own 40-yard line. And, Jack, I get the feeling there's going to be a JV game after this varsity game.
You think so?
The way all the JV players are starting to get warmed up. 4 minutes to go in this varsity action. We are going to get into the P2 Paving post-game report after the varsity action wraps up. Hand out a few awards and close up shop, but it looks like the JVs are going to have themselves a game afterwards. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not going to stick around for it.
I didn't think so.
Played back out to the 30. Rickifrey's free to Martin. Martin will continue to play and dump it back into the Meadville end. Bulldogs will dump it back in with Sample all the way to the 30. Shaw tips it to herself, trying to get the free into the open. Nice
Stolen
play
away.
there by Passenger. She'll hand it off to Simonson, and she'll get around the left corner to the 30. Pushes it upfield to Goodwill. Meadville gets to it there and pushes it right back into the Beavers' end. Off a Passenger to the far side. Down the sideline goes Massey. Weatherby on her. She'll reverse her field and try to come across the end zone. Cross her to the middle of the field, and Gant snags it out of the air. Top of the crease, out to Goodwill at midfield. Bounces high in the air, back to Sample. And Bem in alone here. Gets a shot away, it deflects, and it'll go over the sideline out of bounds. Beavers with the throw in. 2.5 to go in the game. Beavers mounting a late charge here. And a handball called against Martin will give the Bulldogs a free kick just inside the 5. All the way across midfield to Arajo as she'll give it over to Shaw down the near sideline. Schwabenbauer trying to stay in position, keeping Shaw out wide. Comes back to the middle of the field. Jaworski will get to it first. Plays it back to Schwabenbauer, and she'll play it out of bounds at the 15-yard line. We're inside of 2 minutes to Lecom Corry Memorial Hospital 2-minute warning as it's played towards the middle of the field. Jaworski will knock it free back out across the 30 to the 35. Dunkerley plays it high in the air back into the middle of the field. Weatherby right back out to the 30. Trying to get Jaworski set free. Meadville works it right back in to the near side for Dunkerley. She'll reverse. Trying to get through to Martin, and Simonson plays it out of bounds at the 15. Meadville plays it right back in again. Dunkerley loses it off the back of her heel and out of bounds. A minute to go here as they get it out to Goodwill. It's going to roll free there, and Gantz comes out, picks it up right at the goal line. Plays it high in the air, out across the 35 to the 40. Played again by the Bulldogs. Massey to the near side to Shaw. As she gets double teamed there by Fox and Jaworski, but they're able to keep going down the near sideline. As she gets past Schwabenbauer, crosser coming in, and it's knocked out of the air and over the end line by Simonson. And that's going to be a corner kick for the Bulldogs with 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go. Dunkerley with a crosser coming in. It's headed over the end line by one of the Beavers. And the horn will sound, and we're tied 2-2 through 2 halves of play. And, Jack, we're in territory I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they do overtime, or is it just a draw?
I think it just might be a draw. I'm not 100% certain. I don't know if they play a short overtime period or what they do. Both teams have come to their respective benches.
Yeah, I don't.
And it looks like one of the captains, that's Weatherby, coming up to midfield here. It looks like the captains are going to get together with the the officials here, Jack. So it looks
do we
like
do a shootout maybe?
I don't think we do a shootout. We're probably into extra time. I'm just going to put it up on the screen that we're in extra time.
Until we get something definitive anyway.
Well, we have Sample and Weatherby there talking with the officials, and they're going to play on here. 10 minutes up on the board. 10 minutes of extra time here to try and decide this one. Beavers got out to a 2-0 lead in that first half. Bulldogs got one back late in the first half to make it 2-1 at halftime. And then the Bulldogs struck early in the second half, Jack, to tie it up 2-2, and we've been 2-2 ever since.
Yeah, that Dewey, that clock's running. I'm wondering if that means 10 minutes until the start of extra time?
Oh, so we have intermission here.
I guess so.
Well, we're going to cut to a commercial break, get some more words in from some of our sponsors, and be back with the extra time in just a little bit, so hang tight.
Since 1968, UTEG's Body Shop has been Corry's leader in offering complete collision and refinishing services, including unitized frame alignment. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry, UTEG's is a family-owned business that offers free estimates, insurance company assistance, lifetime warranty, automotive glass replacement, and paintless dent repair. UTEG's would like to thank all of their customers and welcome the new ones. To schedule your appointment today, call UTEG's Body Shop at 814-663-2562. Thank you for choosing UTEG's as your selected auto body repair facility.
Well, welcome back here to the Deeds Experience Sports Stream. It looks like the Beavers are coming back out onto the field now, Jack, as they have flipped ends of the field. Beavers going left to right on the screen, and the Bulldogs going right to left, as they did in the first half. And they got 10 minutes up on the clock, so we have a 10-minute overtime period here. And I don't know, is it sudden death or is
I'd imagine, yeah.
I would imagine as well. So in uncharted waters here, as I've never done an overtime game.
Yeah, and should we go the 10 minutes? I don't know if they'll just call it a draw, if they'll play another 10 minutes, if they'll do shootout. I don't know.
Well, it isn't playoffs, so I would imagine after the 10 minutes it would end in a draw. I don't know if they would play any further than that, but Beavers get the opening Fox Family Insurance kick here, and they'll come across their own 40. Jaworski plays it to Fox on the near side, and she'll dump it in to about the 25-yard line before it goes out of bounds. Bulldogs with the throw-in. Jaworski plays it to the middle of the field, poked free by the Beavers as Bem tried to get in there, but the Bulldogs will recover and work it back out across the 20 to the 25. Pushing it up the midfield. Arajo. Passenger on the far side there, trying to get it back to the middle. It goes right to Lopez. And she'll work it into the 35 and push it in to the Beavers' end. Weatherby at the 10. Plays it back out to the 30. Knocked down there by the Bulldogs to Shaw. Schwabenbauer plays it back out to the 35. To Martin at the 40, and she'll get it across midfield. And the Bulldogs play it right back in again as Shaw gets it at the 35. Passenger knocks it out of bounds at the 30. A minute gone already here in extra time as this comes to the near side. And Schwabenbauer plays it out to midfield. Dunkerley at the 40. Trying to get it inside the 30. And the Beavers lose it out of bounds. So again, Bulldogs with a throw in deep in the Beavers' end. 8.5 to go. They're looking for Shaw and get it to her at the 20. Lopez will settle it back, trying to get the return pass down into Shaw. Martin's there to keep it from getting in there. Lopez now will try to work past 3 Beavers. And Shaw keeps it in bounds. Back to Lopez at the 20. Across outside to the 25. Moutsos. Beavers, Bem tries to work it out of bounds at the 30. And last touch by the Bulldogs, so the Beavers get the throw in. It's knocked down at the 40 by the Bulldogs and right back in. Simonson plays it out across midfield to Goodwill. Goodwill to the 30, to the 20. Looking for a crosser back to the middle. Free ball comes in, and the Bulldogs get to it. Played it out to Shaw at the 35. Beavers get the ricochet, and will work it right back in again. Knocked down by Jaworski. And Dunkerley will play it back out the midfield to Passenger. Coming back across to Simonson. Played it upfield past Bem. Back and forth we go here as neither team able to maintain possession as it rolls out of bounds close to midfield. Beavers with the throw-in. Bulldogs have it at the 30, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 25. Last touch by the Beavers as we're under 7 minutes to go in extra time. Beavers knocking it in inside the 20, and the Bulldogs knock it out of bounds. And that'll be out of bounds inside the end zone. Beavers with a throw-in at the 10. Pinballing around. Bulldogs knock it back out to the 20. Beavers trying to settle it. Coming back towards the middle of the field. Bulldogs knock it back out to the 20. Martin plays it high in the air. It'll land right at the goal line. As both teams try to settle it, it'll come out here to Hall as she'll work it down the far sideline. Passenger works it right back in. Jaworski gets a foot on it as the Bulldogs will get it over midfield. Simonson plays it out of bounds at the 40. Under 6 minutes to go. Meadville with a ton of momentum here as Weatherby will work it back up. And there was a blocking foul that wasn't called. But there's been no calls from both sides.
Yeah, plenty of rather aggressive moments that they've let go.
Comes all the way to the near side. Fox giving chase. Ricocheted by Dunkerley. And last touch by a Beaver out of bounds. So the Bulldogs with the throw in. As again, they look for Shaw inside the 15. And Simonson plays it out to the 30. Poked free by Martin. Bem at the 40. Trying to break free with Fox. Fox and Bem working together across midfield. Simonson keeps the flow going up the field. Bem giving chase to the loose ball as the Bulldogs work it right back in again. Shaw trying to break free. What a play there by Simonson as she got out of position a little bit but stayed with the play. Dunkerley back to the middle of the field. Shot in the back of the net is good. And the Bulldogs come all the way back and get the goal. 4:41 of overtime. And I believe that was Dunkerley as she completes the hat trick. And the Beavers are going to drop a heartbreaker here, Jack.
Yep.
3-2.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would come down to whoever got the first breakaway. I think there might have been a little bit of a trip there to get them that breakaway, but they've been letting them play, so.
Well, let's get right into our P2 Paving post-game report, get things wrapped up here. Our healthy smiles of Corry, offensive play of the game.
What did you have in mind there?
First shot of the game, Goodwill all alone on a goal. He buries it.
All right, yeah.
And the Beavers had a quick 1-0 lead, 38-14 into the first half.
Yep.
Kitchen Village, defensive play of the game. There was quite a few saves, good by Charlie Gantz in the net. She was well tested today. She played strong. One in particular in the second half, she came up and made a nice snag out of the air.
That was the one I thought of
some
too,
pressure late in the second half.
Yep.
And that's going to be our choice for the Kitchen Village defensive play of the game. Crowdy Chevrolet player of the game. I got to give this one to Dunkerley as she completes the hat trick and gets the game winner 4:41 into overtime. And the Bulldogs are going to enjoy the ride home to Meadville with a 3-2 victory here tonight at Howard Sheen Field. The Deej Experience Sportsmanship Award, I also have to flip that back over to the home team as Mara Goodwill played an extremely good game. And I think she deserves the Deej Experience Sportsmanship Award, getting 2 goals quickly in for the Beavers. And there was a bunch of opportunities that she had throughout the game, just couldn't find the hat trick.
Yep.
So that'll wrap things up here tonight. Again, Jack and I will be back on the call for middle school football tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
4:30 over in Harbor Creek as we get going in middle school action. And then I believe the girls volleyball team is back in action again on Thursday, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Thursday against Cockerton at home.
At home.
Yep.
And then it's the big one as the Beavers take on the Bison in Waterford on Friday night. As Bison come into that game 1-1 on the year. Beavers 2-0, and really a shot at really establishing themselves in the region as a strong leader in that region if they can come away with a big victory in Waterford. So for Jack Hasbrook, I'm Dewey Hurd. Thanks for tuning us in. Until we meet again, we're going to say God bless and good night.